Hello and welcome to another episode of Destiny Digest. I am your host Dan, but not Danfinity, the other Epic Dan. We call ourselves Dan 1 and Dan 2, so Dan 2 is taking over. Danfinity, Bana, and Seth are on assignment this week. So with me I have Tiddly.
Hello.
And I have Samikat.
Hello.
To get some housekeeping done, first and foremost, you can listen to us at Destiny Digest on Spotify, pretty much on all of your social media platforms. You can look us up on Destiny Digest, and you can hear our podcast every week, Sundays, somewhere around 5:30. I know sometimes a little earlier, a little later, depending on where you are in the world. We are pretty much live around 5:30 every Sunday, so feel free to come by and help shape the conversation, like Dan likes to say, every week with us live. And to move on, how has everyone's week been?
Good. How's your week?
It has been very stressful. I've been in a lot of marathon gaming, and it has been.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
It's been good though, but it is.
Yeah.
I need to put on my stream. You know how like some horror streamers have like their heartbeat thing going?
Uh-huh.
I need to add one of those for this week. It's been good, but very stressful.
Like IRL or gaming?
No, just gaming. It's gaming.
Oh, gaming. What are you playing?
Yeah.
Have you been doing the new Resident Evil game? Like, what are you playing?
No. Just too much marathoning. Just in the marathon.
Okay.
I haven't had a chance to play Resident Evil Requiem.
Yeah.
That's something I'm planning on playing in September. What's next month? April. April. That's when I plan on playing it next month. I didn't want to play it when it first came out, but I'm ready to play it now. So I'm excited to play that. But yeah, all I've really played this week is Marathon. I don't think y'all have played nearly as much as I have. I know Tilly.
No, not at all.
Traveling.
I played one day of Marathon. I've been in Vegas traveling.
Yeah.
I went to go see Millennium at the Sphere, and it was insane. It was so good. The Sphere's a really crazy venue. Apparently they have like, I don't know, like thousands of speakers, and it's like the biggest screen. I don't know if it's some kind of world record or whatever, but it was this incredible environment. It was absolutely insane. And I also actually came back. I won money gambling. Not much, but I came out net positive.
Coming out net positive is the most important thing.
It's big, yeah.
Huge.
I know. I was like, oh, this is crazy. But yeah, I played one day of Marathon. I'm kind of a variety streamer now, so I've been like doing a bunch of different stuff. I did a day of Overwatch comp, which is actually really fun right now. I did my Rivals placements on Friday. I did some Death by Song. Oh my goodness, I did. And then I did a little bit of Marathon, but I've also played like Fortnite, and I have to say, I just started playing Slay the Spire 2. And I've never played a game like this before, but I have friends who like it. And so I was like, well, I'm going to give it a try. And I really like it.
I haven't had a chance to play a second one. The first one I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
I'm happy you're liking
it. Yeah, I figured it'd be a game that you would like, Dan. Like, I really do. But yeah, oh my goodness, it's so fun. So we were talking about before we hopped on, Steam Decks have been discontinued. Like, they're not making any more of them right now because of all of the AI. Yeah. Exactly. And so I was like, I feel like Spire would be such a fun game for a handheld, because you can just it like, you don't have to be, you're not doing like crazy PvP things with your thumbs or anything. You know, I'm like, this would be such a perfect game to like take on a plane or like play in bed or on the
you
couch,
don't need
or whatever.
online for that game?
No, I looked it up, and apparently if you're doing like a single player, you don't have to be online to play it. So I'm like, I'm going to Italy in 2 weeks. I'm like, I'm bringing Spire. So I was able to snag. They actually put out, offered a few refurbished Steam Decks. I keep on saying Steam Decks. On the Valve store. So I grabbed one this weekend. So I'm actually so excited about that. It's going to be so fun.
That is so lucky.
Yeah.
It's funny because I kept saying that I was going to get one, but I was like, you know what? I'll get one when everyone else has already got one, and then I'm not having to play the
Fight everybody. Yeah.
yeah. I don't have to fight
Yeah.
everyone. I don't have to play the lotto to get like in. I'll wait until hype dies down and grab me one, and I should.
Little did you know.
Little did I know AI was gonna destroy my chances of getting it.
Yeah. Steam Deck availability. Yeah.
So mad about that.
I'm so sorry. I mean, I don't know if they have any left. I actually didn't check. I just hopped on as soon as I heard. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
I'm sure they have some left, but it's like, how much do I want it? Because you got to at a great price, and I didn't know that people are gonna grab them all and then up the price so much on eBay, and then I'm like, oh. So I might have to just do what you did.
They're all out of stock, Dan. You're safe.
Yeah.
You're safe. No, I got a 256 for $320. So, and I'm like,
such a good price.
What were they
originally? A good price. Yeah, I'm excited
they started at like 350, I think, and they went up to 600 depending on like the OLED and like this. Like, I don't think it was a terabyte. I think it was like 500 gig. It was like something like that.
Yeah, 512 seems to be I guess they have a terabyte OLED. That's the most expensive one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just got I got the base model. I got the I guess not the base model. I got a 256 LCD.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, I guess the lowest one is 64, but I feel like 256 is gonna be fine.
256 for all the games that you're gonna play, like all the massive games that like are hard drive based.
I'm not gonna play this
Call
on
of
a handheld
Duty.
anyway.
You're not playing those.
No, exactly.
You know what I bet you would really enjoy?
What's that?
I bet Baldur's Gate 3 probably runs and operates very well on a Steam Deck.
I just got chills. Actually, that's a great idea. Oh my goodness,
that's such a good idea. Steam Deck game, probably.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
Now I'm more jealous.
If they restock the Refurbished, I will ping you 100%. I got you.
I will start putting some pennies aside for the probable chance of like, oh, we actually found some extras here.
Yep. Oh my goodness.
Oh no. I don't know. Speaking of consoles I don't have that I will have to try to figure out a way to get. I know Sami has been obsessed with another consoles game.
Yeah, I don't know if obsessed is the right word. It's borderline trouble. I don't want to admit it because I don't want to stop, and I think that's a sign of addiction.
Yeah, you can stop whenever you want to.
It's stop whenever you want to.
Yeah.
As long as you don't admit it.
I just don't want to.
Okay, you admit it.
I mean, it sounds like it's just something you like to do. It's fine.
Yeah. I have been playing Pokétopia, which is, I consider it more, it's the newest Pokemon game. It's the highest rated Pokemon game ever. And there's a lot of Pokemon games. Ever. Out of any of the games, it's the highest rated.
Fire Red? What?
Wow.
Yeah, massive. And people compare it to Animal Crossing and Minecraft. And I think it has a little bit of Viva Pinata in there.
Okay.
Which is one of my favorite games, but not many people have played it. But I've never played Minecraft, but I consider it more Animal Crossing with Pokemon than a Pokemon game that's like Animal Crossing. It's kind of like Animal Crossing New Horizons, but with better quality of life features and different NPCs.
I've heard that so much, people saying that like a lot of people that were on that New Horizon wave during like the pandemic have all said that Pokétopia has solved a lot of the issues they wanted New Horizons to fix.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So at launch, it's the quality of life is better than New Horizons.
Yeah. 110%. There are things in the game that I would think it's almost like the developers anticipated issues. I've never played a game where it's like I've never played a game where normally I would expect, oh wow, this is a missed opportunity, but they didn't miss it. If that makes any sense. Like It is so well polished, but more than that, it is so well thought out. There are things where you wouldn't expect them, unless they were a hardcore player, you would not expect them to think up. I'm just overall incredibly impressed with the game. There's a couple different things, quality of life things that I would like, but you know, I have almost 200 hours in it. I'm not going to complain.
Wow. I didn't know you were
when did this game come out?
So
the same day as Marathon. So I haven't downloaded Marathon
support
yet.
group.
Yeah, not obsessed at all.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
Yeah.
then I gotta ask then, not including previous Pokemon, and not including any favorites you have. Do you have a favorite Pokemon in Pokétopia? Or I don't know how like it works. I don't think there's battles and stuff, but like
No. But so basically what it is all of the, it's actually very, very, very dark.
something about Ditto,
story.
right? Having to like
Yeah. So this is post-apocalyptic. You wouldn't think it's this dark for a Pokemon game, but something has happened to all of the humans, and all of the human race has just disappeared. And these Pokemon have left the area, like massive natural disasters came, tore things apart. I don't know how far after the general games were. This is, but the only thing left on Earth are Pokemon. So you end up, you're a Ditto, and you miss your trainer so much, and no one has any idea what happened to the humans. You miss your trainer so much, you transform into your trainer. So you play as a Ditto who's helping this professor Pokemon try and find out, and the professor wants the humans to return so much. So what you do basically what you do is you help this professor by doing all these human things. You build things, you get human artifacts. Basically, he wants the humans to come back so much that him and the other Pokemon do human things. And they miss the humans so much.
that's crazy.
Wow. I don't want to like give spoilers, but the professor wants nothing more but for the humans to come back. And this Ditto misses his human so much that it becomes the human, in a sense. So you get, because you're a Ditto, you can transform and get different abilities. Yeah, and it gets darker and darker and darker.
Wow.
It's actually kind of haunting in some areas of the game, especially the story. I don't want to give any spoilers, but I never expected a post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, I was not expecting. You're like, oh, it's cute like Animal Crossing, and there's post-apocalyptic sadness.
I mean, it's scary how dark Game Freak got with this story. I don't want to give spoilers to it, but I definitely recommend it. Yeah, but it's funny. It's also very, very funny. Some of the dialogue you wouldn't expect. The interactions, like, it is not something I ever expected.
Yeah.
I thought Game Freak was going to fail at it. I didn't think Game Freak had the balls to do something like this. And granted, they co-developed it with the developer, I don't remember the name of it, who did like Dragon Quest or something.
Yeah.
Because Niantic, or not, why did I say Niantic? Game Freak has never had the skill to do like open world building. So that's why they brought the other developer in. But the storytelling is just as strong, I would say. And you don't expect it.
Yeah.
So like I cried a couple of times.
Switch 2 as well to play this game.
Yeah, I'm like, so maybe I do want that for my birthday.
It's It's adorable and it's really sad at the same time. I just finally finished the story last night.
After 200 hours?
After 200 hours.
Okay, I'm not after 200 hours.
Or was it like you were side questing and doing other stuff and you're like trickle feeding the story?
I haven't done most of the side quests.
Oh, it's a big game then is what you're saying.
It's a fucking massive game.
Wow.
Okay.
It is massive. I built an underground bunker. Right now I had to farm a lot of materials. Right now I'm working on a hallway from that underground bunker up to what is it? I have these tunnels under the mountain. This underground bunker I ended up
I hope you didn't hear that. Oh my God. I'm sorry.
Did we forget Craig?
I totally forgot Craig.
We need to redo. We can get it from the YouTube audio, right?
I got it. Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, I had to build a spa. Okay, here's the drama. I built a spa in my underground bunker, right? Well, then all of these Pokemon come up and they're hanging out in my spa, and no Pokemon are supposed to be in my underground bunker. So they kept coming, right? And then all of a sudden a Dratini, which is one of my favorite Pokemon, spawns. And I'm like, well, I have to build a Dratini an apartment. So underneath the spa, there's a Dratini apartment, right? And then Pokemon kept coming and hanging out there. Well, then Squirtle ended up finding out, and Squirtle kept leaving the fucking shower on. And Squirtle was just... I
mean, that tracks for Squirtle, though. Like,
why would he need a shower, though? He has his own showering system.
Squirtle. It's a shower, right?
My spa...
He doesn't want to use his internal systems.
Wait, he has internal cleaning system?
Yes.
Yeah, you would think.
He doesn't want to use his water, so he's using Sammy's water.
Well, maybe he just needs to refresh his internal water systems. Yeah.
Well, he likes to soak. It's a hot spring spa. There's hot water in it. Oh, but there's different, like Viva Pinata, which most people haven't played. It's a really old, decades-old Xbox arcade game.
Okay, hold on. Maybe not decades old.
It's literally
let's just call it. It came out a few years ago. I know GameStop.
Did you play Viva Pinata?
I did, but I know GameStop came out and recently said that era is retro now. But we gotta do that.
I put hundreds of hours into that. How this is like Viva Pinata is you have to, in order to entice Pokemon to come back, you have to do certain habitats. So you have to do certain, like Dratini needed a bathtub with a shower by it in order to spawn. So I put a bathtub next to the shower in my spa. And then you can make homes for them. You can build houses for them. And they have certain things that you want to put in the house that they like. They have certain favorites. Like I gave Bulbasaur a bunch of grass and a comfy bed. And I gave Bulbasaur some, a knitting kit. I gave Psyduck a microscope.
A microscope?
Yeah. There's microscopes. In order for Polygon to spawn, you have to get a science kit and a computer.
Okay, I get it. Yeah.
One of the habitats is 2 party cups, like 2 soda cups with straws next to a tablet. So basically, it's like you just give a kid, I don't know what spawns with it. You just give some sodas and a tablet on the ground and someone will show up. So you have to create these habitats to entice them to spawn.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest habitat you had to create? Like, was it the shower for Squirtle, or is there something even stranger?
God,
no. No. Okay.
Oh well, this one is really sad. This one's really sad.
No. Sad.
In order for Cubone. In order for Cubone to spawn, you need to do a grave with flowers, which is
that is really sad, actually.
a gravestone
No!
with wildflowers around it.
Oh no. Well,
They got clever.
Well, now I'm
Game
depressed.
is so
Gotta
sad,
go.
man.
Wow. So anyway, how about Marathon?
Yeah, sorry guys.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
It's intricate. Yeah, I highly recommend it.
Regardless of all of the sadness in the game, Sami gives it 2 thumbs up. There you go. It's worth it still.
If I had more thumbs, I would give it all of the thumbs.
All the thumbs. You heard it here first.
All
many
the
thumbs.
Thumbs.
So many thumbs. Lots of thumbs.
There are thousands of items in this game.
Thousands?
Thousands.
Is there anything that you would know of as a Pokemon fan that they've added specifically for this game, as far as either Pokemon or items, or do they just stick to all of the concepts and all of the items that are that a Pokemon fan would already know, or did they try to do something new?
What's really cool is that you find these relics, and you get the relics decoded, or I forget the word. But those are the ones that have items. They have the sharp beak is an item, loaded die. You have a miracle seed, a sticky barb, leftovers, and those are all things you can display. Otherwise, they're all items, as in there's balloons that you can get, and there's furniture. There's chairs, there's beds, there's lamps. You have to hook things up to electricity. So I recently, you have to get generators, and you have utility poles that you have to hook up, and you have to hook them up to the houses, but you have to have enough utility poles and enough generators to generate enough electricity. And I recently just unlocked a mini generator and a wireless power transmitter. So I am digging up the ground to put them underneath houses so that I don't have to have the ugly utility pole.
They make you do a lot in this game.
Yeah, I'm this sounds like no under 200 hours. I feel exhausted just hearing about it.
You're having to be a contractor, and you have to be a construction worker, an engineer, an electrician, a plumber.
Oh my goodness.
They're letting you practice a bunch of jobs.
Find the items, but what's really cool is you can go to. They have cloud islands people can set up, and then you can take pictures of things, of items, and then you can go back to your world and print them out for a currency. So you can get items for a currency that you don't have just by taking a picture of them.
Okay.
So there's things I didn't unlock in my game yet.
Yeah.
But since someone else had it, yeah. So there's
I know
people
that was really popular in Animal Crossing. The same thing, right? Where you could go to other people's islands.
Similar, but you actually take those things from people's islands. You trade. This one you can go to.
You can visit other people's Poketopias.
Yep. Certain islands, they have to unlock it and then create it. So people have created an island that people come visit. There's one island they keep adding items to. They have every single habitat set up. So you can go and take pictures of things for the habitat you don't have.
Okay.
Another thing they have is you end up getting this camouflage ability. Oh, so all the abilities are things that are the hidden machines, the HMs.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. So you get a water gun. Well, that's not HM, but you can grow grass, you can make things wet, you can cut, there's rock smash, roll out, things like that. But one is called camouflage, and you can turn into items. So this group of creators, or the creator and a friend, that will camouflage into different items, and then their friends go and try and find them.
Okay.
It is just so funny because they'll change into an item and then they'll stop be in that item and go change into a different one and run away from them. So they'll spend hours just trying to figure out which ones they are. People will go and fight each other on the islands, not like with Pokemon, like boxing match fight.
You can punch people on the islands?
Yeah, you can move them
punch
around.
Out too?
Somebody ended up, so you can faint or like respawn elsewhere. But I saw one where someone did lava pits with a square in the middle of land so that they could punch each other into the lava pits around it.
Okay.
And they were the winner if you survived it. So,
oh my goodness. So it's,
yeah. I highly recommend the game. I could keep talking, so we can just stop. But guys, you got to play it.
If I had $500 right now, I would.
Hey.
Oh man, I need a Switch 2. If you could play it on Switch, I would have it yesterday. I just didn't realize it was like Switch 2 exclusive. So
these darn Switch exclusives.
I know. I'm like, I just bought a handheld. I need to buy another one. What is going on?
This game has gotten multiple people to buy Switches.
I might be convinced though.
I've seen many people like, okay, this is I have been holding off, and then Pokétopia came out, and they finally were like, fine. I'll buy a Switch too.
Fine, you got me with this one. Got me.
So that's probably gonna be me. I know we were talking about it earlier. That's probably gonna be me with the next From Software game. I've been holding off, but when that new Souls game comes out and they're only doing, I'm holding off because I hope and pray that they're like, fingers crossed, that they change their mind about making it a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive. I just rather play it on PC, but like, if it does come out, the From Software game, the next one, and it's only on Switch 2, that'll probably force my hand. And then I have no choice but to play Pokétopia. I'll have the ability to. So,
I highly recommend when you play it though, before you play it, do the like 10 things I wish I knew before playing. They don't include spoilers usually. It'll let you know. But there's certain things that I spent hours upon hours doing that was way simpler if I would have waited until a certain part in the story that I unlocked it, like ability wise. Yeah. So definitely just do the story. Don't be like me.
Yeah. Okay, do the story.
Yeah.
Heard, chef. I guess whenever I do play, I do it. Nice. So I know we've talked on the podcast a lot about Destiny having no communication with us, but for the first time, I'd probably say in a few months, there is actually a small little bit of information, barely information, but there is something that in Bungie's grand scheme of things, they chose to at least mention Destiny. So I figured it's probably worthwhile to take a little bit of time to read it. In This Week in Destiny, they talked about the Sandbox changes that are coming in the future. And they also talked about Guardian Games, which starts, if I'm not mistaken, let me pull it back up.
March 24th to April 14th.
There you go, March 24th to April 14th.
So that's next week, yeah.
That is next
2 days.
week.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
That's also a pretty long time for Guardian Games. It's almost a month. I think so
too, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a while. They're like, well, we don't have a lot else coming out, so you might as well enjoy this for longer.
You might as well. I do find it interesting. Who did Titans win last year?
Yes.
Hunters, didn't they?
No, I think it was Titans. Pretty sure. I think there's a Titan statue in the
Titan. Okay, I'm only asking because I know no Guardian has won back to back, so it's kind of been like every Guardian or all three classes have had a chance. They go and then they come back.
Well,
I do wonder who's going to win. It kind of feels
rigged sometimes, right?
That's what people say. It was rigged. They feel like it's rigged. Yeah.
They're like, it's rigged. The same class can't win. Well, I mean, there's always that. I think we've talked about this in the podcast before, though, because like there's more hunters than any other, just generally. Yep. So they have to do some behind the scenes shenanigans.
I know at one point they said that like for every Titan and Warlock, they were counting hunters like 0.8. I don't know if that information was ever confirmed, but like some of the smart people in the community were like doing calculations and they were like, hunter points get valued at 0.8 of every one Titan and Warlock.
Right. So you're like, hunters are less valuable.
Hunter are less valuable. And even when they did that, Hunter still won. So it's like it didn't matter because they still won that year.
Right. They're just so massive. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I wonder whose turn it is this year. If
Matt is saying that Titans have 2 wins, Hunters have 2, Warlocks have 1, so Warlocks are winning this time, obviously.
So here, okay, so I want to go ahead and bring this up because I was going to mention it when we got to the Sandbox, and the only Sandbox post that really matters is Handheld Supernova, John Chunk, all that stuff that's getting fixed. They found a way to fix it, and it's getting in the next patch, they say.
Unfortunate.
As far as the full fix of Sandbox stuff, not a lot of things to really talk about with the exception of Handheld Supernova. Handheld Supernova fixed an issue with Handheld Supernova and other void weakening effects where a weaken can stack many times when applied on the same frame. The Hypernova has ended, but John Chunk continues in our hearts. There are some other Sandbox changes, but the big one that probably is going to be most noticeable, obviously, is Handheld Supernova, John Chunk, the one that has been running rampant since it's been a while, but it became very prominent in contests Equilibrium.
Yep.
I was going to say Warlocks are going to win hands down before the nerf. But I wonder how many folks are gonna that were going to play Warlock will probably switch to something else since Handheld Supernova and John Chunk has unfortunately been retired.
I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
They do also talk about with Guardian Games there's 2 things. They talk about a new activity that's coming, which is a remix on last year's Rushdown. Now, Rushdown, if you played it last year, is like a thing where you have a set amount of bosses you have to rush through in a certain amount of time. The faster you do it, the more efficient you and your team do it, the higher your score is. There is a static group of bosses every day, but they're also adding a remix version where they talk about, we decided to do what all great artists do when they've got a hit. Give it a remix. In addition to Rushdown you know and love, we added a new version that completely randomizes which bosses you face and the order they appear in. This mode is guaranteed to liven things up and keep you on your toes. Don't worry, the original version of Rushdown will still be here. We've put new boss rotations in for each day of the competition, so don't forget to play once a day and let us know which was your favorite. Does anyone have any thoughts about randomizing and not knowing what you're going to have in a run that might be playing Rushdown? Because it kind of makes it, for me personally, like, the thing I enjoyed about last year was you had a group of bosses and you could run it through, and every time you run it through, you could optimize with you and your fire team to get more and more efficient.
Right.
If
like
every
PvP activity,
pretty
where you're
much
running it back and getting better at it every time. Yeah, exactly.
If this version is what I think it is, every time you do that activity, it's going to just throw random bosses in there of like a big pool of like, say, 10 bosses. So it makes it a bit more difficult for you to like really optimize a run, because maybe you're prepping for Witness, but Witness isn't in your rotation. It's Callus instead. It's going to be interesting how people either love it or hate it. I know there was a lot of people that liked it last year. Personally, I really liked it as well. I'm not crazy about the remix, but I'm willing to hear it out because I do want to see what new bosses they add. I know a lot of people were talking about the Witness being added. I don't know what other bosses they could add that are like non-raid bosses. Some people have rumored, or at least hoped or talked about, they could add some of the dungeon bosses. I don't think they're doing that. But only time will tell.
Yeah, I'm with you, Dan. I feel like that's not a positive change to change the order that much, but yeah. I'm with you.
Tough.
But Rushdown was really fun, so I'm glad they're bringing it back.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I liked it
really
a lot
cool.
too. A good activity, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. I don't have a lot of negatives to say about Rushdown. The weapons that they're adding, they're not really going to change or probably get you to hop on. We have the triple Larette, which is a stasis spread shot hand cannon. It's probably the one thing I can see people wanting, just because we don't have a spread shot hand cannon that's stasis. We have a solar rapid fire fusion rifle called the Beacon, and we have the arc adaptive frame trace rifle Cryo Unios, which was really popular last year because it could get like jolting feedback and other arc perks that were really strong. So those are getting updated perk pools, and if you are interested, you have almost a month to
so
grab
long
one.
to hop in there and get it done.
So long. So if you if there were people that missed out on the trace rifle last year that were like, since then, that when I was playing more officially, I was having people ask like, could I get that trace rifle? And I was like, no, you can't get it, but you have about a month. So if you are listening, this is your chance. Go get it.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe they're fixing John Chunk. That's crazy.
I
feel like it was
am surprised.
Time, but, yeah. I thought it was like a hard issue to fix generally because it was connected to something very intrinsic in the code or the game, or I don't know. We talked about it before. Yeah.
I knew it was tied to frame rate, or like not specifically frame rate, but tied to like in-game coding with like the way damage is calculated. With frame rate, I know like higher frame rate meant you had a higher chance of getting it done. And I mean, I guess it's been about 4 or 5 months since it started really picking up steam. I know it started really picking up steam right before Renegades, people doing it. So I would probably say 4 months, 5 months of like, who knows actually how long it's been in the game, but I probably, if we didn't have a Shadow in Order delay, they probably actually would have fixed it beginning of this month. So I always felt that they might have not. I always felt like the next big update probably would have fixed Handheld Supernova or John Chunk. There's no way we would have gone into Pantheon,
No.
With
especially
John
the
Chunk
amount of time.
Yeah,
exactly.
But I guess it's not that big of a deal that they nerfed it or like fixed it this early, because they probably would have had it fixed anyway. So
exactly.
I am actually really surprised that we had Destiny news, if anything. I know a lot of people had been asking for some kind of dialogue with Destiny. So if, at least for the next month, you have something to do if you really want to hop on Destiny and play Rushdown. I'm probably going to hop on a little bit just to check it out. Probably not a lot, but I do like Rushdown. They'll probably at least get a couple hours of my time over the next month at the very least.
Yeah, might as well check it out. The armor looks really crazy. Did you look at the armor?
The armor does look really good.
It looks so different to what they had.
Yeah, no, it's very unique looking. So it looks like the Titan is a lion or like some, and then the hunter is a snake, which I think might be the most unique one. The warlock is like a bird, an eagle or bird or some kind. I feel like there's warlock sets that look kind of similar to that one, but the snake hunter is super unique, and I just think the Titan armor looks amazing. I might hop on just because I like that armor. I might have to get that armor. That's pretty cool.
No.
Yeah.
There is one thing that I tried to read, I wasn't really too sure about.
Oh yeah.
There is a picture at the bottom of Guardian Games right after they talk about all this of what appears to be a new Skimmer. And I was wondering, like, from what I read, I couldn't really figure out where it is, because there's a new Skimmer, like, ornament or whatever that the Titan outfit is riding with, like, a big red trail. And I thought that was really interesting because in all of the, like, stuff they talk about as far as, like, You get a Sparrow, you get a Ghost, you get a ship. They don't mention that. I wonder if that's just going to be tied to Eververse or something else. That's what I'm also really excited for, because Skimmers I thought were one of the coolest things added to the game. And I do want them to continue adding Skimmers, specifically because a lot of the Skimmers are either time-based or cost Eververse. So if they could ever continue adding Skimmers for the player base that is playing or just wasn't playing at that time, then that's all. I hope that's one of the ones that they add. But I can figure out myself from reading whether or not they're actually getting it. But it's just really interesting.
No, I know. Yeah, it's really nice looking too. It's a nice looking Skimmer. So yeah, absolutely. Yep.
I'm pleasantly surprised by the rewards.
Yeah.
And the Eververse stuff.
In a good
like
way?
The armor and stuff. Yeah, no, like pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
It all looks really good. It looks different.
I think they've been doing a great job with armor in Destiny.
I think so too.
Like,
yeah.
Probably whatever that mid update was around October, where they started adding like prepping for renegades, I guess. Ever since then, probably before that, but like really since then, I could tell it feels like they were trying to do totally different stuff with the armor, and all of it just looks really cool. Because there was a time that like all of the armor started getting really like basic, really bare bones, and I'm like, I got silver, I got bright dust, but this isn't worth it. I'm not gonna use it. It doesn't even shade well. So this is all this stuff is really cool. One last thing, they are having not one more, but they're having a collaboration with Magic the Gathering.
I saw that.
Set. I know there's a lot of crossover with Destiny players and people that play Magic the Gathering. I have never played Magic. Don't know how this connects. I saw the image. I was like, it looks cool. I see the Void guy holding like the Void orbs, the Art guy holding the Chain Lightning stuff, and the Fire Titan holding the fire stuff, and it looks cool. I was like, I don't have a understanding at all of what it has to do with Magic the Gathering because I've never played it. But if you do play Magic, then that was for you. Looks really
Enjoy
cool.
it.
Yeah. Also, the shaders that they have that they have coming with this Magic the Gathering set, all shade they on the paper, or I guess on picture, all shade looks like they shade very well. But until we see it in the game, just won't know. I never.
They're really pretty.
Are they?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see them in the game, but like it looks like they're just kind of colorful and glowy.
Yes. That's what I was thinking.
You could make like a colorful crayon glowy Titan out of them. Just like that's like
very Titan. Yeah.
Yeah, they're very Titan coated because they're just very like straight colors mostly. I mean, the blue one has a little bit of green in it, but like very simple glowy colors. It looks like, so they look very cool.
Yeah. All of these will be available in the Eververse store March 24th with this somewhat pretty big update. So if you have any interest in any of these shaders, any of these ornament sets, any of these weapons or items that are coming, if you have been delaying doing some content because you're tired of seeing the random player just chunk everything, then have no fear. March 24th is here to save the day. So as far as Destiny, that's pretty much all we have.
Yep, there's not much more until June 9th. But Pantheon 2.0, I am actually so excited. Like, I absolutely will be relogging in for that. I hope it's excellent. I really do.
I give it, I say we're a month out from that news. I feel like late April is
good to have that.
Finally be like, all right, Destiny community, let's have a chat. That's what I'm waiting for.
They're like, all right, Marathon is out and cooking. We're going to give you some content. Let's you go.
Give you some content.
I can't wait.
Because they're starving over there. I know a lot of people have, for some reason, the past month and a half become very obsessed with Steam chart numbers.
Oh, I know. It's so interesting, especially since it's not descriptive data because it doesn't include console. So, which is probably the larger contingent of players, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And even then, like, you could have a lot of players, which I find it interesting. You could have a lot of players that play the game, but they might not all play at the same time, which is people don't even take that into account. Like, a number doesn't technically tell the full story of active players, you know?
Right.
It's just so weird.
But it is, to be fair, like readily available data that you can get. And it's not like gaming studios are particularly forthcoming with their numbers.
No.
It's like if and the player base wants to know that, like they're interested in that information. So yeah, people are going to grab it. So I wouldn't say it's fully descriptive, but it is, I mean, it's interesting to see like for trends.
Yeah. I hope that Pantheon shoots that number up for players. But either way, I know a lot of us around here are just really excited for just some reason to log in and something to go for and play.
Yep.
Now,
100%.
I don't want to move from one Bungie game to another, but I feel like it's probably important to look at the other side of the Bungie studio now, which is Marathon. Marathon has been out a few weeks. And I know some of us have been traveling and some of us have been focused on a post-apocalyptic world.
An adorable post-apocalyptic world.
So adorable. So
the cutest apocalyptic world.
So adorable. Rainbows and butterflies.
I'm doing important stuff here.
Rainbows and butterflies in this ditto world. Marathon has been out for a few weeks, and I know we've all at least played some Marathon some amount of time. As far as Marathon, how are we feeling about Marathon now that the launch, not the honeymoon phase, but the launch honeymoon phase, that launch week is over?
Have you picked it up again at all, Sami?
I haven't. I have not downloaded it.
Okay.
I've been busy.
You have a very valid reason because both games came out the same day. So.
The same day. I thought.
Oh, no.
All right. I'll be real with you. I thought that because my community knows nothing about this game and isn't prepared for it, I figured like, okay, I would be on to Marathon by now. That was the plan. But I can't put this down.
Imagine
I have
video games.
Destroyed my view count because of this, but
nah.
It's very difficult to stream. I can't say that. This is a very difficult game.
Is it a difficult game to stream for how locked in you have to be for it?
In some ways, yeah.
Yeah.
If I could do Albo Ditto, that would be awesome. But, well, it's like you're working on a project that can take hours of building. And it's like, there's only so much you can talk about, about it. But you have to, like, also be locked in because a lot of it is, like, you have to line things up. And, yeah.
I think it would be interesting from a stream standpoint for objectives. Like if say you were doing something, I don't know, say you were making a Squirtle shower for whatever reason, and it took a few hours on stream, you could somehow use that to have a sped up highlight reel of your work. That's kind of what I always think of what people do in these kind of games. Because I've seen people do it in Minecraft, obviously. Where they would make some extravagant thing. And I watch it in 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah. You're like, wow, this is incredible.
This took 100 hours of my IRL life making this. That's what I always think of when people play this kind of games.
Yeah, that's fun for short form content though. For sure. Yeah, I haven't gotten in. I mean, I've been playing Marathon. I probably have 2 days for Marathon scheduled this week. I had 1 day scheduled last week. I'm still enjoying it, and I'm not really like a PvP person, but I enjoy playing it with friends. I feel a little behind leveling. Like I feel like at this point going in, because I haven't been grinding it like crazy. Like I'm running up against teams with loadouts when you're on free kit just feels pretty punishing. But then you're just back to the lobby and you're like, oh no, I lost my free kit. I'm so sad about that. So I've been mostly running like free kit and trying to get my leveling done. So, and it just feels kind of slow going. Do you know when the next season is, when they're doing the reset?
You'll never guess.
June 6th?
June 9th.
God, no way. That's so funny.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It comes, it's like, I might have the day wrong, but it's the same week as Shadow and Order dropping.
Oh, that's crazy.
One of the others like a few days before
that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. All right, that's cool. I don't know how much progress I'm going to make by then, but it's been really fun. Like it's a really fun game to play with friends. So I'm definitely enjoying it. I know that we have some news because Ranked apparently available.
Ranked came out this weekend, yes.
Right. So, and my understanding is that it's a trials-like format where they're not trials as in the game mode, but they're running it as an event. It's
basically trials, yeah.
Yeah, they're running it as an event. It's like perimeter only. You have to be level 25 to go in. You have to have an ante, so you have to have some kind of loot that you could potentially lose. They don't want people to free kit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I haven't tried it. Did you hop in and try Ranked at all?
I haven't done Ranked yet because I've been so focused on Cryo Archive.
Okay, great. Because that's the other thing I wanted to talk about.
It's weird. I've gone back and forth on like when they first announced Cryo Archive and Ranked were going to be weekend specific, where one drops Friday to Sunday, or technically Monday, and the other one drops Saturday to Tuesday. There was a lot of backlash of people complaining regarding not having the time to play, the overlap, and some people saying, well, if I work on the weekend, for example, or if I just don't have as much time to play, where am I going to choose to spend my time in? Do I spend my time playing Cryo Archive or ranking up? And I thought about it a lot. I was not sure how I felt about it because the gameplay loop currently I think is really strong in Marathon, where you spend the non-weekend days doing perimeter, dire, and outposts, grinding gear, grinding if you still got to rank, grinding factions up to have good enough loot to take it into the weekend, to take it into Cryo Archive and Ranked.
Right.
And then, because it's really the only place that it really matters to have purples and golds is in Cryo Archive, when everyone has to run that tier gear to fight the NPCs and to fight other players and to survive. And then also for Ranked, where your rank matters. And if you take a set amount of gear in with the holo tag that you buy, it allows you to get a higher rank, a higher amount of points in rank, so you can go up from like bronze to silver to gold to diamond. So it makes sense in the gameplay loop. You burn through all of that through the weekend. You start to climb again on Monday/Tuesday, doing dire, doing perimeter, doing all that to grind. So
you're saying it's a little bit of like kind of like a gear reset situation.
Yes, it's almost like a weekly gear reset.
Yeah, you're bringing in like your top gear for the PvE and the PvP end game activities, and then you have like time during the week to kind of like reacquire and prepare again. Yeah,
and I do like that system. The overlap though is interesting because it depends. I guess it depends on the player. Because would I prefer to spend all of my time burning through my good loot in Ranked, or burning my good loot in Cryo Archive, which is still really tough. It just doesn't have a rank tied to it. It's still really tough PvP, but also really tough PvE at the same time. So it's not like Cryo Archive is just PvE. You still have to, you can still burn all of your good loot just getting wiped by players.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also like, do I want to burn all of my loot against players and still earn rank? It's like, it's a tough situation, but I think it's not bad, and I like it the way it is because it allows the player to make that choice. Some people might not really care for Cryo Archive or care for the vaults or care for the compiler and all of the raid puzzles that they have, and they just want to go into ranked.
Right.
But I think time will tell because, like you said, Perimeter is the only map that ranked available now.
Right.
And I do wonder if they're going to cycle a map every week. So, like, say it's ranked, then Dire, then Outpost.
I think that's what they
Cryo.
said in the news, that they were going to cycle the maps, like they cycle the trials maps that are available.
Yeah. I think it's fine right now.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. It's interesting that Cryo has PvP in it also, because it's like, I feel like that's another reason why the overlap is a little odd, because like it's an endgame PvE PvP mode, right? So it's not like a traditional Bungie raid activity.
No.
It's still, there's still PvP. So like, so you're like, well, I would like my PvP without the PvE, or would like it, you know, with the PvE. Like, it's like which flavor, but they're both. So what did you think of it, Dan? Like, what are your notes on Cryo Archive now that it sounds like you've been playing it a bit?
It's really all I've played all weekend.
Yeah, that's cool. Really what do you think?
I think Cryo Archive, I even made a couple of tweets and skeets about it. I was like, I think Cryo Archive is one of the best experiences I've had in PvP in a long time.
Oh,
and I specifically said, I personally have not cared for getting good at PvP and being good at PvP in about 15 years. The last time I actively was like, I'm going on to this game to get better at PvP and to like climb the ranks and all that kind of stuff was Halo Reach. And that was 2011, 2012. Since then, I've been really chill. I have not cared since then. Not even including Destiny. Like, I would play PvP, and I've played PvP a lot in Destiny, but that wasn't my main focus and main goal. So I was like, I started feeling things in Cryo Archive that I hadn't felt since I was 2021, which is crazy.
That's incredible. That's awesome.
And I can't give higher praise than that. I was like, this raid environment, on top of the actually very difficult and sometimes overwhelming stress of PvE enemies. So like, there was a lot of times that me and my team were in the middle of a fight with a team.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, these big UESC bots decide to like just join the party. So now I got to deal with them as well because they're just as big of a threat. So I got to still deal with all the PvE while also having to think about where my positioning is so I don't like give myself away from the team that I'm fighting and all this other stuff.
Third party by bots is what I'm hearing.
I got fourth partied. I got fifth partied. And so I say all that to say, there were multiple matches where we would have Cryo Archive is also 30 minutes long versus the 25 minutes of others. And there were multiple times where we would be in a fight for 2 or 3 minutes. We would win. 30 seconds of relief, and then another team is already showing up. So now we're in another fight for 4 or 5 minutes. And then we would win that. And this entire time we're having to fight PvE enemies as well. And then we have the clock ticking down where we are getting through all these teams and we're winning and winning. And then as the timer of leaving, so another thing with exfilling on this map, there's only one exfil available at a time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
I mean when
you have to exfil, you have to hit a computer to trigger the exfil, and then a random exfil about 200 meters away is going to be your exfil. So now you have 3.5 minutes to get there to exfil. So you have a lot of things like, okay, I've been through 4 fights. I am ready to leave. So now I got to find the button to activate on the ship to call in the exfil, and then I gotta look at the map and find out where it is. Then I gotta get there within 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
But when I call in the exfil, everyone on the map knows where it is.
That's what I was gonna say, because it basically compacts the PvP to that exfil to only have one. I actually played a marathon run where there were 3 exfils on one side of the map, and that was a really intense PvP experience.
Yes.
Like, then there were 3 of them. There was 3. Like, basically, we activated one and then like ran and hoping that the team but all the teams were in that one little area. So like I can only imagine like being on the marathon ship and having one exfil and everybody's kind of like descending on the location, and then you're getting partied by the bots, and like that sounds chaotic, honestly.
It's so chaotic also because of how vertical the map is. So like there's like the main floor, then there's a bottom floor, then there's a top floor, then there's another top floor, then there's a tunnels as well, that anywhere can be, like anywhere someone can be. And there's a lot of times that you're fighting a player 2 stories above you. You might be fighting someone in the tunnels. Obviously, you know about the whole hearing of footsteps and stuff. So like you'll hear footsteps, but you're like, I don't know where this person is, because he could be super high up, super low up. Sometimes you can get shot by a player.
So it's the verticality.
The verticality causes so much almost vertigo at times, because I know there's a player there. They shot me. I don't know where they are. Wait, was that a bot? Was that a player? And then also the other good thing is the loot. A lot of people have talked about the loot. The baseline of loot in that raid is blue to purple. And that's just off of random bots. Which is good because they give you the ability to always be ready for a fight. All of the bots also generate tremendous amounts of high tier heals and self revives. They give you all this stuff from bots to survive. So there's a lot of times you are better off going into a cryo raid just at the bare minimum required to get in, because you're gonna get given so much loot.
Extract, you're getting loot.
You're gonna get so much loot.
Yeah.
And
so
obviously,
risk,
with all the players are gonna have purples and golds. So if you win one fight, grab their loot and exfil, you are already getting a net positive. There was like one run we went in with the base minimum of 5K of a loadout. We left with 15K. Which was nuts. As an average, we left with like 15K each.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Now, granted, we took that in another run, and we got wiped.
And lost it.
And we lost it. Lost it all.
Yep.
So it's a place for you to lose. You're going to lose gear for you there.
Yep.
And it's weird because it feels very Destiny-esque in a lot of it, with a very high intensity on PvP. I can't sing their praises enough with Cryo Archive. I don't know.
That's great. Now you're making me want to try it. I don't know if I'm leveled. You have to be level 25, correct?
You have to be level 25.
Oh, okay.
And you just got to have a backpack of 5,000. Now, granted, they give you a free loadout one time to go into Cryo Archive, and they give you a blue backpack, and you get so many things in that backpack. So at the bare minimum, you can go in at least one time. And if you really wanted to, you could take that backpack, kill all the NPCs, and then wait for the exfil and then leave. And you're already out of there with like a bunch of stuff.
We're going to just play it really safe.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, now I want to try it. All right, so I have to get a Switch 2 and Pokétopia.
And I got to get a Steam Deck.
You're going to be busy.
Too many games.
You're going to be really busy.
Oh man, I know. I feel like I always have so much to do after this podcast. It's just like my gaming list has got longer.
Oh yeah, and then you just gotta have the factions unlocked. As long as you have all the factions unlocked, you're good. Level 25, all factions unlocked, and then just buy the free Cryo Archive backpack.
Yeah, I definitely want to try it at least. Yeah,
it's going to make me not enjoy the other maps as much, which I don't know if is a good thing. Because now it's going to be like when the Cryo Archive's gone, I'm going to be like, ugh. I'm back to rainbows and butterflies in this game right now.
I mean, but I think that's good though. It's like something to anticipate for the weekend, you know? That's fun. And you have a reason to play the other stuff because you want to, you know, get your gear up. So I think that's great.
Yeah. I'm really excited for them to, there has been some things that they want to improve upon with the maps. Apparently right now you can't solo it, like actually solo it. You can only do like the fills. I do think this map would work really well for solos, but I do think they're being hesitant because of the amount of loot, which I don't think is a big deal because you're going to lose it sooner or later anyway. But I do think a solo lobby of Cryo Archive would actually be really good for players because of the ability of being able to kind of be ratty and get a bunch of loot and leave.
Oh, and that makes sense. Yeah. I think that's why they have certain limitations in terms of like the anti-limitations for both Endgame activities. And also the reason they don't have a prison wallet, and like it seems to be like one of their like motivating rationales is they don't want people to rat or just go in with nothing and come out with stuff. I
forget about it
rationale though. Yeah. It's the same rationale, and that would be the same rationale for limiting like doing it low man. But I feel like it sounds like low man would be kind of cool.
Yeah, there are people. I haven't done my vaults yet because apparently, to do the vaults, you have to have a bunch of the keys, and in order to get the keys, you have to do a bunch of the in-game world events, and you got to run them over and over and over and over until you get that rare prestige or red drop key in order to go into vault 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know if anyone watched any of the, it wasn't technically a world's first race, but they did do a world's first race for Compiler.
I feel like Destiny streamers kind of treated it like that. I didn't watch any of it, but like, did you feel like that was a good?
Totally did.
I didn't watch it, but go ahead, Sami.
A lot of the community was acting the same way about it on social media.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I know that Bungie really leans into the Destiny raids as a media event. It doesn't seem like they did for Cryo Archive. I don't know. But
they did have a stream for it.
Okay, they did have.
They had a stream. I do have a few issues with. After all the prayer, I do have a few issues with the vault system and the Cryo Archive part as far as the rating. In order to unlock all the vaults, there are certain keys you have to. They're called AI subroutines that you have to obtain. If you do the puzzle in a vault, you don't get it guaranteed. It's just a random chance of dropping. So where this causes issues in a race is that RNG was a bit too strong to, I don't want to say make it valid because I 100% think the people that won deserved it. But once you know how to do the puzzle, once you unlock it and everything, it's almost up to RNG on whether or not you can move forward to the next vault. And that became a big issue when the world's first raider, Snazzy Rock, had gotten to the end. He had gotten to the end of the final vault, vault 6, and all he needed to do was clear and get the subroutine, and then all he had to do was go into Vault 7 and kill the boss. Okay. Unfortunately, his team didn't his team didn't get that AI subroutine to drop. So they basically were out. Because once you use that key, you can't, you turn in the key for a chance at the drop, basically. And they were out of keys. Whereas the team that was behind them, they did the exact same thing, and they got a key to drop they got a subroutine to drop from their key. And basically,
is that an RNG thing, or
yes, it's just a chance to drop for the last couple of vaults. So basically, once they got it, everyone was like, "Well, they're gonna win as long as they don't get ratted too many times by other teams." Because you still got to fight other teams, but once you get those couple of teams done. Once you get into the airlock, you're good.
Yeah.
As long as, because no one can get up there. Once you get into the airlock to go to the boss room, everyone else can get to the airlock, but the airlock's gone, so that no one can chase you at that point.
Okay, so basically it's between you and the boss.
It's you and the boss and the timer, basically. The only time they wiped was they just ran out of time. And they just figured out a strat, did it again. Oh, we only have a minute left. Let's just leave. And the good thing about it is that there is an exfil right at the door of the boss. And there's also a bunch of caches for resupply. So you get all your ammo, all your loot back. But if for some reason this run is not going to get you a clear, and you don't want to like run out of time, you can just walk out the door, go back into the airlock, and just exfil, and still don't have to see anyone. So it causes issues, and there's been a lot of discussion over the weekend regarding the race and how valid it is. And I don't think it's fair to take away from the team that actually completed it because they still earned it.
Right.
It's just one of those things where like it wasn't a full even playing field where one team just didn't get the drop and another team did.
Yeah.
You know,
the RNG component definitely plays a factor in terms of like a turning it into a race, right? Because it doesn't seem equitable or fair to have like a chance component involved in a like a race. But I think at the same time, like it's cool that it's like an event, you know, like
I thought it was really
love
cool.
that. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be like, it's not like they're releasing a new marathon ship.
I don't think it would ever be as big as like a Destiny one, but it was really cool to see how many people. I think the interest in it for the most part was seeing the compiler.
See what it looked like.
Yeah.
For sure.
The compiler,
Yeah.
The music was peak Bungie, and seeing the compiler, it was funny because I had just played through the marathon games before marathon came out. So I've killed hundreds of compilers in 1995. I've killed so many of them. So it was very interesting seeing our runners be very weak in comparison to the security officer you play as in the trilogy, who just one-shots them most of the time with like a shotgun. I don't know how the lore works for that, but I just thought that was very funny because I was so used to like seeing one dodging the laser and then just shotgunning them, dodging the laser and shotgunning one of them. And then you have this whole situation where he's actually very brutal. He has all these bees that spawn at you, and you have to shoot the bees, kind of like Caretaker. You have to shoot the bees.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
The longer you're in the fight with them, the more damage they do, to the point where they just one-shot you no matter your health.
Wow.
So there's a bit of an intensity thing there.
There's a scaling that actually occurs during the fight in terms of difficulty. Yeah, that's crazy.
I think they're gonna fix the keys and making them guaranteed. That's why I haven't chosen to spend the time doing it, because I'd rather wait
until they're
guaranteed and then
investing all the time in it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I'm already not a good enough player to win every PvP fight, and the last thing I want to do is lose my key trying to do a vault and having someone else take it. Yeah.
I mean, I know Bungie's really responsive. I'm sure they're hearing the feedback and they'll come out with some kind of fix for that.
Their feedback has been fantastic too with Marathon.
Yeah, they've been so responsive with Marathon, honestly, like that, like fixing things like really, really quickly. Really quick. I think that, for the most part, that's where the communication's been occurring from Bungie for sure. But it has been really, really good. It has been so good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think you'll like it a lot. As long as you know, I've been telling everyone and myself, I've been saying, this isn't my gear. It's just my turn. Just the same way I said in our creators.
Yep. You have to kind of, if the gear fear is too much, then just not the game for you. You're just not going to work out. Yeah.
But I hope that whatever map they decide to add in the future, it seems that they're going to always add at least an in-game map with this kind of raid system. And if they were to fix a couple of the technicalities as far as like how to access it, I do think they have a banger like kind of system. My only issue is that I was really hoping that a lot of the people that were playing Marathon the first couple of days, like a lot of those other streamers, I was really interested in their experience with Cryo Archive. I was hopeful that they would like experience it. And from what I could tell this weekend, it seemed that a lot of those creators, those big ones that just were playing because everyone else was playing, I was really interested in seeing how they were going to engage with Cryo Archive and engage with the raid, if anything. The only one that has still been playing was Shroud. And Shroud, whether you love him or hate him, has said that it was one of the best, that Cryo Archive is one of the best extraction shooter maps he's ever played.
Wow, that's
which was
big praise. Big. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So
wow.
Now he did also add another point saying that he wished it wasn't as difficult as it was because he doesn't think casuals will play it and the moms and dads won't play it.
Right.
That's right. Like, okay, this is the in-game map. Well,
that's Bungie though too. I mean, what percentage of people actually do raids in Bungie?
Like 5 or 10% at that.
Right. It's never been. They've never been a studio where they're like Endgame is for everybody.
Yeah.
It's like if you have the time to commit to it, and but it's never been like 100% participation in endgame activities. It's supposed to be challenging and grindy for a reason to get people to play the game. So, I'm all right with that.
Yeah, I think it's.
Shroud is probably right.
I was very surprised that someone of his PvP stature that has played a lot of extraction shooters said that. So I think that's a good thing for Bungie to hear, and I hope their next map is equally good.
All right.
I think that's all we have. We've talked about what little we have with Destiny. We've talked about everything that's really going on in Marathon. There's really nothing else as far as like new Marathon stuff. If you have been listening and you have been playing Marathon, feel free to let us know in the comments. How has your experience with Cryo Archive been? And if anything that we've talked about today regarding Marathon has either pushed you one way or the other on checking it out, and whether or not you are a Destiny lapse player or someone playing Destiny waiting for new content, have you checked out Marathon? And if Marathon has filled any niche need in your life, or are you also like Samikat playing Pokétopia?
200 hours of Pokétopia.
Yeah.
All the Pokétopia is real.
that is Sammy's marathon is Pokétopia right now. There you go.
It's our time-based marathon.
I absolutely hate that they came out the same day. I am so mad about it. I have a clip of when I was watching the Pokemon Presents Pokemon Day like last year, 2 years ago or something, where I'm saying, well, I'm becoming a Pokemon streamer. So I have the clip of me saying that basically I'm
prophetic. Yeah. Amazing.
You should attach a splice that just saying you watching that and being like, I'm about to be a Pokemon streamer, and then just cut to you like 200 hours in doing something and
right, like a quick cut. 200 hours later.
Yeah, that would be great.
I think we have one question in chat.
We have a good
question. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. But Fool asks what your favorite shell is and why isn't it Recon?
I'm gonna just say Recon needs to get buffed and reworked.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Thief does everything better than Recon does, which is a darn shame.
And Thief is also very aesthetic as far as shells
Thief is
go.
also Bay, so.
Yeah, Thief is Bay.
I played a lot of Recon. I just kept going back to Thief instead.
Yeah, I haven't tried Thief. I played oh my goodness. Actually, I do have something to say about this because I was playing Triage. Triage is like goated. I love Triage. But because of our conversation on the podcast, I tried Destroyer.
Ooh.
So much fun. I might be a Destroyer main now. I'm not gonna lie. But I have to say, I can't lie. Like the last game I played, I went in and I was just knifing people on Destroyer.
Oh no.
It seems counterintuitive because I feel like you should be knifing people on Assassin, right? Like Invis, Hunter, knifing people.
It's kind of like mailing though too, so it kind of works.
No, please, I just want to my shield to get close to people and then just ganking them with a knife. It was so satisfying. I think I killed 3 people in one run just like knifing on Destroyer. So there you go, my new meta.
It's insane how strong knives are.
Knifing is really
so strong. You can level up your melee.
Not just fun, it's hilarious. Just like I would finish a knife kill and I would just cackle just because it's just so ridiculous. It's so fun.
I've lost so many fights to a person who rushed me with a knife in close quarters. So I'm trying to shoot them with my actual weapon. Yeah. Try to be a little precise.
It only works close quarters. Yeah.
And they just, well, on a destroyer, what's the scary thing is with the thruster. You can close that gap on someone, just thrust and then stab them. Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, I'm going to make a YouTube video. It's going to go viral.
You got to get that, what is it? There's a core I've been using. There's a core that after you thrust, it increases your melee damage and your knife damage.
Oh, that's
And then there's another core where when you thrust, it uses less heat. So you can basically thrust around just knifing people. It's so good.
Amazing. And that's literally how I want to play this this shell, because it's actually
You'll
actually
team
so
wipe so easily in Cryo Archive if you just run a destroyer and knife.
Heck yeah. Sounds like I definitely need a montage for sure.
So good.
No, there was one guy that was he basically got my 2 teammates, and I rotated and I was hiding on like the bottom level of a building, and I could hear him. I knew he was above me. He dropped down and I chased him and I knifed him and took his shield off. He's running away from me. And he kept running. I kept on chasing him and just like knifed him to death and then died to his team. But it was still very satisfying. It was very satisfying.
So it's so funny because like I've done so many fights where I will chase somebody with a knife or they'll chase me with a knife. And you have so many ample opportunities to just swap to a gun. But I just know the knife is stronger, so I'm just gonna hold it. Just gonna knife instead. Yeah.
So fun. Any more questions from chat? I think that we're about ready to wrap up, though. I think we're good.
I think that's all the questions, as Dan would say, fit to print. I know we've yapped enough about Marathon that I think it's time for me to get back in that Cryo Archive before it goes away. And
Dan is like,
is it only limited?
Right after this?
It's limited. It goes away in the morning at reset, which is like 11, I think. So I got to at least get one more session of losing all my loot in before it goes away.
Yeah, love that.
Then I can deal.
All right, should we do where to find people?
Yes, we should. If you do that, if you are listening as well, as Dan always says, I want to thank you so much for listening to this episode, if I'm not mistaken, 131 of Destiny Digest. And if Bono was here, he could do the little soundboard of Dan talking.
Oh, he has it. He just have it saved.
Yes,
he was
as
not
always.
Able to join us. Yeah.
Unfortunately. But still, thank you so much for watching and listening to this episode of Destiny Digest. And we hope you find what you are looking for.